You know what, Pablo? You have to read the full card. That's the issue. That's the issue here. But a funny idea, but I don't know if I'm crazy and remembering false information, so I'm popping in to ask, was there ever Emuak meme picture of you and someone else? What is an Emuak? Emuak? What is that? Hold on. God's editing is always so fun. Yeah, I love that. Emuak. Ah, it's like the couple kissing, right? Yes, there is. Yes, there is one. Yes, there is one, and I won't. You know what? My treasure is up there for you to find. I leave everything in one place. Now you just have to find it. Yeah, now I will not tell you what it is on who is it with. You would just have to find it, because that wouldn't be in the spirit of of it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you send the video in the general chat. Okay, let's see what are the other videos that we have to watch. Okay, I promised that I was gonna watch this, so I'm gonna watch this.
Kite.
I cannot do it. All right. Kind of like a long video, but yeah, One Piece reference. One Piece. Yeah, hello Cyberhacker, welcome. I know where to find it, but that server is dead in the ditch. I don't think it was ever in that server. If I also, you still have access to the previous server. I'm pretty sure the server is still there. My autocorrect is in French. Force is a French word? Interesting. But it's so cool. So cool. We have like a French speaker in the chat. Amazing. Okay. Was Mizar about to defeat Kite? I have no idea who these people are. Because I haven't watched. I have never watched a Seal or Sexal or whatever. I only watched one video of TGS anime, that it was the one of Yuma versus Nash. So we're actually gonna watch this one and see how that goes. I have no idea who these are, and I don't know what they play. Let's just go.
Kite versus Mizar. When Yuma, Shark, and Kite are pulled into Sargasso, they are forced to duel Vector, Dumon, and Mizar. All
I don't know who these are, dude. I don't know who these are, dude. Oh my god.
3 of these duels take place simultaneously. However, for today, we're going to be focusing on the battle between the Galaxy Eyes users.
Oh, okay. I remember. There is 2 Galaxy Eyes users? I remember that, like, I think it was Kat that mentioned this duel because of the cards, because I need to see how Galaxy Eyes looked in the anime. Okay, I remember now. Oh, you're learning French. Okay. The Tachyon and Photon Dragon guys, respectively. Oh, so Tachyon and Photon Dragon are 2 different archetypes from Galaxy Eyes. Interesting. I thought it was the same guy who uses both of them. Okay, well, I'm so excited about this then.
The duel is interrupted. However, their rematch on the moon proves.
Okay, they'll duel in the moon. Of course. You know what? This doesn't surprise me anymore.
The mirror match. But was that really the case? By analyzing.
Please let me know if the volume is okay, by the way. I will be talking over it a little bit, but
for victory for Mizar. Or perhaps could Kite have won earlier in the duel? We won't know unless we jump into the duel.
Duel 1, the search for shadow.
Before the duel begins, Sargasso, the DD battlefield, is automatically placed in the field spell zone.
Okay, field spell zone. Sargasso, the DD battlefield. Ooh, DD. Yes, and Tachyon is insanely busted. Its upgraded version has an effect where you can activate your staff if they give you permission pretty much. What? What? Alright, okay.
Now, for the rest of this duel, whenever somebody summons an Xyz monster, they take 500 damage. Or if somebody ends their turn with Xyz monster on their field, they take 500 damage. Now,
Okay.
at first glance, it might seem like this field spell is bad for both duelists.
Yeah.
However, the Baryons, they're playing the counter card for this field spell, which makes it so they don't have to take any damage, basically.
Oh, okay.
In a way, they've got a home field advantage. This will become important.
DD and DD are different archetypes.
The duel begins and Kite goes first. He draws, and his opening hand consists of Photon Thrasher, Photon Delta Wing, and 4 mysterious cards. With one of these mysterious cards being a spell or trap that he will set face down and never be activated, but it could be the deciding factor on whether he would have stayed in the duel, won or lost. So
I don't get it. We never find out what those cards
no
were.
Monsters, he can special summon his Photon Thrasher straight to the field. Following this, he normal summons his Photon Delta Wing. Now, with 2 level 4 monsters on the field, he overlays them both to Xyz summon his rank 4 Star Liege Lord Galaxion.
I've never seen this card.
Due to summoning an Xyz monster, Sargasso deals 500 damage. Kite
Wow.
takes the first damage of
That's a lot of
Kite
like
activates the effect
pain
of Star Liege.
for like
By
500 damage.
detaching both its materials, he can special summon Galaxy Eye's Photon Dragon
That's more damage,
straight
right?
from his deck. Kite ends his turn by
No?
setting a mysterious spell or trap face down. As the end phase occurs, Sargasso deals another 500 damage to Kite for ending his turn.
Why does it look so like that? It's just 500 damage.
Was there any alternative plays Kite could have done this turn? Unfortunately, without knowing the 3 other mysterious cards and the mysterious card is set face down, it's impossible to really know. In terms of other rank 4s that Kite could have got,
they only have
this
4,000.
Honestly, he didn't have many other options. The only other one.
Yeah, but they like when, for example, in GX, which is what I'm more familiar with, like Sane took like a lot of like way more damage, like actually, like nothing, right? Like even like Jaden, they took damage like that, like 500 damage, like it was nothing. To quote Yuma, okay. There is an actual like explanation. Why not? Everyone liked when Mari got punched in the face by Obelisk. To the M500 is around an 8 of their life. I don't remember like any particular like moment, but I feel like 500 damage is not that much. Well, the seal guys are weak. I don't know. Losing life points can be quite a shock. Okay.
He really plays is Star Liege Paladynamo. That's more of a going second card, so it wouldn't really have helped him out.
Okay.
The only other rank 4 he ever played was Illuminite, but you need 3 level 4s. Everything else that he plays in his extra deck is either a rank 8, a rank 3, or a rank 2. So this was kind of the only play he had, and it was.
There was always
a
a Duel Links special.
No misplays from me. It's Mizar's turn.
Okay.
Draws.
That's a quote from the
His
game.
opening hand consists of Schwarzschild Limit Dragon,
Schwarzschild?
Parsec, the Interstellar Dragon,
That's such a cool name, dude.
Sargasso Lighthouse, Neutrino Dowsing, and 2 mysterious cards. Since Kite controls
wait. There is
Neutrino
text
Dowsing,
there. Effects in anime may differ from reality. Okay.
2 mysterious cards.
Thank you for the explanation.
Since Kite controls a monster with 2,000 or more attack, Mizar can special summon his Schwarzschild Limit Dragon straight from his hand.
That's such a cool like animation. The Infinity thing.
Limit Dragon
Whoa, that's so cool. They do use their life force for the life points in the duels in some way. Kite almost passed out in one duel because he used too much energy in the previous duel. Okay, well, I guess the rules for this are different in Seal.
And following this, now since he controls a level 8 monster, Mizar can normal summon his Parsec, the Interstellar Dragon, without needing any tributes. With 2 level 8 monsters on the field, Mizar overlays them both to Xyz summon his rank 8, number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon.
Wow.
Mizar takes 500 damage from Sargasso for summoning an Xyz
I'm
monster.
sorry, dude.
And
I'm sorry.
is where I have to jump in
I know it's different, but I cannot
and
take it seriously.
Mizar. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but all of the Baryons have a anti-Sargasso card in their deck called Sargasso Lighthouse. With that card, at any point in the duel, if he would take damage from Sargasso, he can discard it to make it so that he will never take any damage from Sargasso for the rest of the duel. Basically, the field spell is the way the Baryons have gained an advantage in these duels. However, Mizar, unlike Duman and Vector, has decided to duel with honor. He wants to prove definitively that he is the better Galaxy duelist, and so won't allow any shenanigans to interfere with his duel with Kite. Pretty honorable. I like it. And so, refusing to use Sargasso Lighthouse, Mizar enters his battle phase and attacks and destroys Kite's Star Liege Lord Galaxian.
Dude, the animation
Mizar
just looks so
ends his
cool,
turn
right?
by
I know it's
setting
3D, but it looks so,
neutrino
like, it
dowsing
fits. I don't know how to
face
explain
down.
it.
It's
It
back
fits.
to Kite, and he draws Triangle Evolution. He activates it. Now, by targeting one level 5 or higher monster he controls, he can treat that monster as if it was 3 monsters for an Xyz summon. However, that monster summoned will lose 1000 attack.
Okay.
Kite targets his Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon and overlays it while it's treated as 3 monsters. He Xyz summons his rank 8 Neo Galaxy Eyes
That's the guy.
Photon Dragon. Unfortunately, due to Triangle Evolution, it loses 1000 attack. Not only that, but Kite also loses 500 life points for summoning an
I thought they had a
monster.
counter for
Mizar,
that. Why
not
are they
wanting
still like
Kite
losing?
to get the upper hand, activates his set trap,
LP.
Neutrino Dowsing. Since Kite special summoned an Xyz monster, this card detaches one Xyz material from a Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster he controls in order to send one normal spell from his deck to the grave and then use the sent card's effect. Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon loses one of its materials in order to send rank up magic Baryon's Force to the grave.
Okay.
Its effect activates. Mizar can target one face-up Xyz monster he controls to Xyz summon from his extra deck one Chaos Xyz monster that is one rank higher than that monster using it as its material.
Wait, what is that card? Do I know it?
Monster
Is it that the yellow one?
Cannot be destroyed by battle effects. Immediately after this card resolves, you can target one face-up Xyz monster your opponent controls that has an Xyz material, detach all Xyz materials from it, and
My
attach
brain is
them to the
melting.
summoned monster as Xyz materials. And if you do, that target loses 300 attack for each Xyz material detached. And so, Mizar ranks up
My
Tachyon
goat.
Dragon into number C107,
Yo.
Neo Galaxy.
Oh yeah, it
Eyes
is. It is that
Tachyon
one.
Dragon.
Okay.
Since Mizar Xyz
Lower my
summoned,
heart.
he takes 500 damage from Sargasso. And unfortunately, here is where the duel ends. The duel
What?
is interrupted due to Yuma clapping Vector with his brand new Super Saiyan 2 transformation. Because of this, the duel ends with no clear victor. However, with the pieces left in place, what would the outcome have been? Well, it's very hard to say. Mizar is technically in the superior position, as Baryon Force would absorb the overlay units from Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, then add them to themselves.
Wait, what is the rest of the video about?
Neo
Is this
Galaxy Eyes
the
as
rematch,
well.
right?
Since it loses 300 attack for every material, it loses. However, I guess it would only lose 300 attack, since Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon was its only unit, so not a ton of loss there. However, keep in mind, it is Kite's turn, which means he's got priority to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, he has mysterious
He
cards.
has 3 mysterious cards in his hand and a mysterious card set face down on the field. Plenty of opportunity in my mind for a comeback and a push for game. Mizar, on the other hand, has no set cards, so potentially nothing to defend himself with.
Nah,
Should
he has
Kite
Battle
make
Fader.
a big play this turn. However,
It's always Battle Fader, chat. Know that the duel before this also got cut off because a Baryon Sphere field couldn't take the energy of Chaos number 107. Okay.
However, if Mizar does make it to his next
That's
turn,
so weird.
well,
That
he's
feels
got 4
so mysterious to me.
cards to potentially use.
So
and
weird
make
to
an
me.
Even bigger comeback with. Sadly, there is actually way too many variables to give a definitive answer to this question. However, my personal opinion, I do feel like Kite is in a superior position. I feel like he would be the one, mainly because of that face down, to be honest with you, that could make the superior play this turn, put himself in a winning position. I think the duel would have continued, and then Kite would have eventually won. Anyway, who cares about this duel? That was only a warm-up. Let's get to the real thing, the Duel of the Dragons on the moon.
Okay. This is the actual duel. Okay, cool.
The duel begins and Kite goes first. He draws, and his opening hand consists of Photon Thrasher, Overlay Booster, Galaxy Tyranno, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, Galaxy Rebirth, and Galaxy Shockwave. Since Kite controls no monsters, he can special summon Photon Thrasher straight to the field. Next, since Kite controls a monster with 2000 or more attack, he can special summon his level 5 Overlay Booster to the field. With 2 monsters on the field with over 2000 attack, he tributes both of them in order to special summon his Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Kite sets his Galaxy Shockwave face down and ends his turn. Now I'd like to point out 2 things here. One, if you wondered why he didn't Xyz summon this turn, that's because his monsters have different levels. There's nothing he could Xyz into. However, a better thing to keep in mind, he's got Overlay Booster in his grave. This card has a graveyard effect, which is you can banish this card from the grave, target one face of Xyz monster you control. It gains 500 attack for each Xyz material attached to it. This effect never gets used for the rest of this duel. I don't think it ever has an opportunity to be activated. We'll keep an eye on it though, but it's never going to see play basically. It's Mizar's turn, and he draws. His opening hand consists of Tachyon Refresh, Energy Attractor, Galaxy Rebirth, Galaxy Shockwave, Rank Up Magic the 7th one, and Tachyon Chaos Hole. Mizar activates Rank Up Magic the 7th one. Thanks to its effect, he can target a number monster in his grave, on his field, or in his extra deck, summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions, and immediately rank it up into its Chaos Xyz form that is 1 rank higher.
Doesn't that sound like kinda OP?
That's like insanely broken, but sure.
Yeah,
Mizar
what?
Summons his number
Does that card exist?
Galaxy Eyes Tachyon.
Does this exist? This sounds like too good to be real. What the hell? You just summon whatever.
Conditions, and then immediately rank it up into its Chaos Xyz form that is 1 rank higher. Can I just say
that card does exist and it does the exact effect? Why do people play it? Is this not good? Because the expert here is saying that it's also good. But I don't think I've seen it. And the Tachyon deck can cheat its effect out. Nash also used the 7-1 in the previous duel we reacted to. I think I missed it, or I just assumed that it wasn't real. I don't know what happened.
That's like insanely broken, but sure. Mizar summons his number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, and then immediately ranks it up into number C107 Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon.
Okay.
Basically, we are almost exactly where we got left off in the last duel, so I might as well talk about now the insane abilities number C107. It cannot be destroyed by battle except
I think Cat has used the exact card against you, maybe.
Attach 1 material
Really?
from this card
I missed
until
it.
the end of this turn.
I'll pay more attention
negate
now,
the effects
because
of all
that
of
doesn't sound
the
correct.
cards currently on the field. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field.
I think it's an anime only card. But chat is telling me that it exists.
Use this turn back to the game state they were in at the start of the turn. If this card has number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon as a material, it gains this effect.
Wait, the effect is different, right?
Got left, except with duel, so I might as well talk about now the insane abilities number C107. It cannot be destroyed by battle except with number monsters.
It cannot be... What? Affected? No, destroyed by battle, right? Except for... number monsters.
Once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card. Until the end of this turn, negate the effects of all other face-up cards currently on the field. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field.
What? Just detach 1 material and your opponent cannot do anything. Cool. Amazing. No, that spell does exist. The problem is it only activates if you draw it in your normal draw phase. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes perfect sense then. That's something all number monsters have. It's called the number rule. It's even brought up as when Submersible Carrier attacked Utopia in the last duel. Okay, it's something that everyone has. Cool. This reminds me when I play Crook Cook.
Following this, return all cards used this turn back to the game state they were in at the start of the turn.
Back to the game state? What does that mean?
If this card has number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon as a material, it gains this effect. You contribute 2 monsters that have not declared an attack. This card can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase this turn. And so, Mizar activates number C107's effect. To summarize what happens, Kite's
basically the card was activated, is now set
Dragon
again. Okay,
now
that's
has no
simple
effect.
then. Thank you.
Kite's set Galaxy Shockwave is unable to be activated, and Rank Up Magic the 7-1 moves from the graveyard back to Mizar's hand, since it was activated this turn, and that's where it was at the start of the turn. Now, some of you might be thinking C107 should go back to the extra deck as well, since that's where it was at the start of turn. However, keep in mind, C107 is immune to its own effects, so it stays where it is. Mizar enters his battle phase and orders C107 to attack Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. However, before the attack can collide, Kite activates the effect of his Galaxy Tyranno in his hand. Its effect is when a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is targeted for an attack, he can treat this card as 2 monsters and then immediately Xyz summon using both this card and Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. The monster summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by battle. However, its effects are negated. Kite overlays Galaxy Tyranno, treated as 2 monsters, along with Photon Dragon, to summon his rank.
Okay, we're back to where we left then.
Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. A replay occurs, and Mizar decides to continue his attack, despite them both having the same attack points. The reason why is because Mizar activates his quick play spell, Galaxy Shockwave. That's the same card that Kite has set face down. You can notice that for the rest of this book. They're both playing Galaxy decks, they're both playing Galaxy support cards. Thanks to its effect, by targeting 1 Galaxy monster he controls that battles with a monster with equal attack, he can banish 1 Galaxy monster from his deck. That target gains 1500 attack. That opponent's monster's effects are negated. Also, that opponent's monster becomes unaffected by card effects until the end of the damage step. Thanks to this, C107's attack is increased by 1500. Now this is a bit weird what happens. Since Galaxy Shockwave has made Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon immune to other card effects but also has negated its effects, it has made it immune to Galaxy Tyranno's effect, which was negating its effect. So that means it gets its effect back. But it also means it loses its battle protection from Galaxy Tyranno. However, since it also negates the effect of monsters, Galaxy Shockwave, it loses its natural protection and loses its effects anyway. So it got its effects back for like half a second.
I'm lost, dude. I'm lost. I don't know what's going on anymore.
So Tachyon Dragon destroys Photon Dragon.
Okay.
As the battle phase ends,
that's what
Galaxy
matters here.
Shockwave's effect expires. Mizar sets his
See, I feel like he just received more damage there, but the impact wasn't as strong as with the shock, I guess.
Hold face down and ends his turn. It's Kite's turn, and he draws Double Dragon Descent. Kite activates Galaxy Rebirth. Thanks to its effect, he can special summon a Galaxy monster in his grave by equipping it with this card. Kite brings back Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. While equipped, its attack is halved. However, Galaxy Rebirth can be used as an Xyz material while it's equipped. So Kite
just use material. He's
Galaxy
gonna bring
Eyes
the same guy
Photon
again
Dragon with Galaxy Rebirth, which is being treated as a level 8, in order to Xyz summon his brand new rank 8 monster, number 62, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This card is insane in the anime, by the way. These are all 6 of its effects. First of all, like all number...
It has 6 effects. Oh my god, it has 6 effects. That's the thing, his suit took every heavy damage, and since he's human and we are currently in space, if his life support system gives out, he dies. Actually, I like that. That makes sense.
Xyz monsters, it cannot be destroyed by battle except with another number. All non-Xyz monsters on the field are treated as having ranks equal to their levels. Once per turn, you can increase the ranks of all face-up monsters on the field by 1. When this card battles, it gains attack equal to the combined ranks of all face-up monsters on the field times 200 during damage calculation only. When this card leaves the field, special summon it back to the field during your nth standby phase. During the turn, this card is special summoned by this effect. When it declares an attack, multiply its attack by n. N, by the way, represents how many materials it had equipped to it when it leaves the field. In this case,
Okay.
when it goes away a little bit later, spoilers, it's going to have 2 materials, so its attack is doubled and it returns 2 standby phases later. If it was 4, it returned 4 standby phases later, but it also had quadruple attack when it came back. So, fun fact how that works. Kite activates the third of
Someone told me the idea of this card is that Photon Dragon beefed up so much it became a number monster. I haven't watched this season, but I think that's really cool if true. Beefed up so much it became a number monster. I'm still not 100% what number monsters are. I think like number monsters were supposed to be the memories of this guy, right? Was it? Or the number monster was part of the memories of someone? So how is that like related exactly? It wasn't the 1 to 100. So the ones that are past 100, what are they? I don't know. It is literally the prime version of Galaxy Eyes that is a number. Okay, so okay. So the prime version is the original version. The original version was a number. The over 100 numbers were created by Don Townsend and are non-natural. You have flight to catch? Okay. Do what you have to do. Don't worry. Thank you, Lex. Your 100 numbers are Astral's memory scattered. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I remember. Astral. Okay. So it makes sense that it can. It's not that it turned into a number. It's like it always was one, right? Okay, cool. And it just got back to it. Oh, I get it. Prime number. That's funny. Oh, bruh. The ones that are past 100 are the variants. Those are not memories, and they are main antagonists from this season's signature cards, if I recall correctly. Oh, okay. Interesting. Ah, no, I kind of want to watch it. I kind of want to watch it. Okay, well, we'll see.
Effect of Prime Photon Dragon, which increases the ranks of every Xyz and non-Xyz monster on the field by 1. Tachyon Dragon's rank goes from 9 to 10, while Prime Photon's goes from 8 to 9. Kite enters his battle phase and orders Prime Photon to attack Tachyon Dragon. Thanks to the 4th effect of Prime Photon, it gains attack equal to the combined ranks on the field times 200.
Okay.
Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon is destroyed. However, in response, since a Tachyon monster was destroyed by a battle, Mizar activates his Tachyon Chaos Hole.
Okay.
This card banishes all cards Kite controls. Not only that though, but it also has a graveyard effect. While it's in the grave during Mizar's draw phase, instead of conducting a normal draw, he can instead target one Tachyon monster in his grave and special summon it. Kite's set...
No way, dude. You can just get it back. By the way, cool detail about Galaxy Eyes Xyz, they literally take the form of swords that the wielder throws into the overlay network to summon them. I missed that. I will pay more attention.
Galaxy Shockwave and Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon are banished. However, unbeknownst to Mizar, since Prime Photon Dragon was removed from the field, its effect activates here. It will now return in 2 turns, second standby phase of Kites, since it had 2 materials attached to it, and also since it had 2 materials attached from it when it was removed. When it does return and battles, its attack will be doubled. Kite ends his turn by setting Double Dragon Descent face down. And just to clarify, if you wondered why Kite didn't use the Galaxy Shockwave he had face down on the field, well, that's actually because it needs to be activated when 2 monsters with the same attack are battling each other. That never actually happened this turn, so it was unplayable. So no misplay from Kite. It's back to Mizar. Instead of performing his normal draw, he instead activates the effect of Tachyon Chaos Hole in his grave. Now, at the cost of not drawing for his turn, he can special summon a Tachyon monster in his grave. He brings back Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Mizar immediately enters his battle phase and uses Tachyon Dragon to attack Kite directly. Since Kite is being attacked by a Dragon-type Xyz monster directly, he is able to activate his set Double Dragon Descent. This lets him special summon a Dragon-type Xyz monster from his extra deck. As well, just for this turn, when that monster battles, its attack becomes equal to the opponent's monster's attack. You don't need to say it, I know there's a lot of perfect cards to counter perfect plays in this duel, but in this case, this is a battle between a mirror match. They know what they're playing against, so it only makes sense that they side perfect cards into their deck to counter their own Galaxy deck that the opponent is playing. So I think siding for perfect counters is absolutely fine in this duel. I think it's fine. Anyway,
Do you think there is a side deck? Do people usually use a side deck like this on? Wait, sorry, I have to run this. On the anime, I feel like people don't side deck in the anime, right? I mean, they talk about it sometimes, or that they receive cards from a friend. It's like, hey, this card may come in handy, just use it, right? Or like how I don't know, like Jaden threw a power bond into Cyrus' deck. That was so funny. It's like, have this power bond, you can't use it, you are ready, and things like that. I don't know if like people talk about side decking in the anime. Is that a thing? Please let me know. Oh yeah, forgot to get about Mitrian numbers. They are numbers built to counter the over hundreds. They are numbers built to counter the over hundreds. If the Methorian number destroys over 100 number, the original very original memories are brought back. What? Is that part of the effect? Is that written in the card? Okay. They do very few times. I think they did it in Duelist Kingdom once and Battle City once, and Battle City once more. Could be wrong. I don't remember. I don't remember at all. I feel like it's usually someone in the friend group that says like, "Oh, you might need this. Take it," right? Things like that. Not Kaiba definitely side decked for his Battle City finals fight versus Yugi. No. Kaiba made his whole deck to counter Yugi. It's like many times. He did that many times. It's not like he was like side decking. It's like he had like something prepared in particular for Yugi. That's different, I think. Because Down 1,000 basically ended up being erased emperors who originally owned the Mythian numbers. For example, number 102 is countered by number 44. Oh, okay. I get it. Those were made to counter the main number guys. Yeah, they give their friend a single copy of a card and they always draw it. Yeah, they draw it first turn. Or it's either first turn or exactly when they need it. Yeah.
Kite summons his number 46, Dragluon. A replay occurs and Neo Tachyon Dragon attacks Dragluon. With equal attack, both monsters are destroyed. However, Mizar activates his own Galaxy Rebirth to bring back Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon with its attack halved. It attacks Kite directly. Mizar ends his turn. It's Kite's turn. With nothing in his hand and nothing on the field, if he draws badly here, he will lose on his next turn.
Okay.
Luckily, through the power of a Destiny draw, he gets Galaxy Mirror Sage. He sets it in face down defense and ends his turn. It's Mizar's turn, and the penultimate turn of the duel. He draws and gets Galactic Charity. He activates it straight away. Since he controls a Galaxy Xyz monster, he can discard one card to draw 2 new cards. He discards his Energy Attractor. He draws 2 new cards. He gets Tachyon Cannon and Tachyon Unit. Mizar follows this up by activating his Tachyon Refresh. This banishes a monster he controls and then immediately returns it back to the field. Seems weird, why would you want to do this? Well, his monster's equipped with a card that's making his monster weaker. By banishing his Neo Tachyon Dragon, this causes Galaxy Rebirth to go to the grave. When Tachyon returns back to the field, all of its attack points are returned to normal. Following this, he equips Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon with Tachyon Cannon. Thanks to its effect, the equipped monster loses 500 attack. However, after damage calculation, if the equipped monster attacked and has 500 or more attack, he can halve its attack, then attack once again in a row.
Okay.
Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon
That's
Dragon.
like the OTK card. Cool. Does Yugi's deck with the account? He bought cards and updated his deck there. also in the ship right before Duelist Kingdom, he was shown with his box and cards on the table, and before the final duel, both Yugi and Yami sided beforehand. Yugi's date, not deck. Oh, Yugi's date. He bought cards and updated his deck there. Yeah, okay, updating your deck is different than side decking. Side decking before the Duelist Kingdom thing. Wait, in the ship before Duelist Kingdom was shown box of cards on the table and they did. Okay, before the final duel, it makes sense. Before the final duel against Pegasus, right? They needed to do that because Pegasus could read their minds or whatever, right? Could see their hands. That's what they need to side deck for that. I think that makes perfect sense. But I feel like we should like think differently about side decking and just updating your deck. I think that's different. Pretty much, we have a mechanical King Ghidorah hooked up to a giant cannon, which literally drains his strength to keep attacking. Cool. That's really hot. Yeah. No, before Yugi and Yami. Oh, the final duel, the final duel. Oh, okay. Okay, my memory is like less. I thought you meant like against Pegasus. Okay, they didn't side deck for that. Oh my god, they are so bad. But Yugi versus Yami duel. Okay. Let's see.
Loses 500 attack. Mizar enters his battle phase and attacks Kite's face-down monster. The flip effect of Galaxy
Flip
Mirror Sage
effect
activates, increasing Kite's life points by 800.
Okay.
Secondly, just once when it is destroyed, Kite can reset this monster face down. However, the next time it leaves the field, it's banished. Due to Tachyon
that's to
cannon,
protect from the double
Tachyon
attacks
Dragon's
there.
attack is halved and can attack once again. Galaxy Mirror Sage is destroyed and then banished as it leaves the field. However, its flip effect once again activates, increasing Kite's life points by 800.
God.
Mizar again halves the attack of Tachyon Dragon to attack
Oh, I can do it again.
This time directly.
Okay.
He uses the effect again.
Oh my god.
And then again. Unfortunately here, since his monster's attack is now lower than 500, he's unable to use Tachyon Cannon's effect anymore. And so, Mizar moves out of his battle phase and
What
sets
an
Tachyon
attack, that's so
unit
funny.
face down and ends his turn. Now, I will say, not being able to attack with less than 500 attack points is pretty lucky for Kite, really, because half of 250 attack is 125 attack points. Kite only has 100 life points left, so one more attack would have meant game. Is this shenanigans? Is this the plot saying, we'll cut it off here because Kite would have lost here? You could
I mean, of course, right? I mean, it has to be, right? It is a scripted show, right? We're not watching like an actual like match. Remember that they don't play best of 3 duels in the anime, so you can't have the literal definition of side decking. Yes, it's true. It's true. Like, I was thinking of side decking like, oh, I'm gonna face this guy, then I'm gonna prepare for this guy in particular. I'm gonna swap these cards from my deck to them because I'm facing this guy. That's what I meant. But yeah, you're right. Proper definition of side decking is not there. We're probably constantly having the attack down until 1. Yep. Literally pre-siding? Wait, is pre-siding a different... Wait, how... Is pre-siding a thing? Is that allowed? Is that allowed? Can I do that? If I go to a tournament and I just like take cards from my deck and add some sort of side decking before the first match? The first round of the match? Is that allowed? Because I know this guy, right? No, it's not allowed? Bruh. So if I see, I'm playing like I'm in locals, right? I'm playing like a local tournament, and I'm playing against this guy that I know plays Malice, right? I cannot just start the duel with Lancia in my deck. I cannot do that. Is that you're telling me? Even though I know this guy is gonna play Malice. It's sort of the plot, but Mizar isn't psychotic. I wouldn't know. I don't know. I'm watching this. I'm just watching this. This is all the information that I have. That would be busted and too unfair. Okay. God, no, you can't. Oh, interesting. Well, I didn't know I couldn't do that. I never participated in a tournament, so I didn't bother looking at the rules about that. We should actually do that. Like, not do that. Like, we should learn about that on a stream. Actually, mate, let's do that after this. Let's do that after this.
Argue that the cutoff there is to stop really silly attack point numbers. We would have gone from 250 to 125 to 62.5 to 31.25 to 50.6.
Look at
so on
welcome.
and so forth until you get to like 0.9 attack points or something daft like that. Nobody wants that in a duel. And the second reason it's good to have a cutoff with this effect is because you create a game-breaking loop.
Yeah, you will end up with
If your opponent
one.
has too many life points and your monster had too few attack points to begin with, they've got 4,000 life points. That's 2,000 cut in half to 1,000, 1,000 to 500, 500 to 250. And you get to a point where no matter how many times you attack, the monster's attack points are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and you're getting slower and slower and slower to your opponent's 0 life points. That it basically will never happen because it feels like infinity. The point is, it's not plot shenanigans, it's a fair ruling to make. Anyway, it's Kite's turn, and the final turn of the duel. He draws and gets a mysterious card. This card doesn't matter because he doesn't need it. Since 2 turns have passed since number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon was removed from the field, it returns back to the field now. Mizar activates his Tachyon unit at the cost of 500 life points. Now he can activate one Tachyon Xyz monster's effect without needing to detach any materials. He activates the effect of Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon to negate the effects of all of the cards on the field, prevent cards on the field from being reactivated, and then reset the field back to how it was at the start of the turn.
Sorry. What?
He draws and gets a mysterious card. This card doesn't matter. Dragon was removed from the unit at the cost of 500 life to the field now. Mizar activates his Tachyon unit at the cost of 500 life points. Now he can activate one Tachyon Xyz monster's effect without needing to detach any materials.
I was wondering that.
Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon
because he didn't have material because he got brought back from the graveyard.
Prevent cards on the field from being reactivated and then reset the field back to how it was at the start of the turn. Thanks to this, Tachyon Cannon's effect is negated, returning Tachyon Dragon's attack back to normal. Tachyon unit resets itself face down, while Mizar expects Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon to go back into the Banish Zone, since that's where it was at the start of the turn. It doesn't. Kite reveals that the effect to bring this monster back actually happened 2 turns ago, making it
Shut up, dude. That is such a lawyer thing. This is really the lawyer game. The effect was that is how the card. I have to read the card, but it's such a dumb thing, dude. Oh my god. I mean, if it was like paying half your LP for cost, since it reduces like the attack, you will be able to go infinite. Yeah, of course, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It's a balance thing. Pretty much 62 effects, unforeseen effect when it was banished, it came back. Yeah. Taking unit broken AF to be printed in real life. Yeah, even in the game, it's a limit.
Effect. Is that a legal thing or is that shenanigans? Well, it's actually completely legal. You just need to look at the wording of Tachyon Dragon's effect. Its effect states, negate the effects of all other cards activated this turn, and if you do, return them to the state they were in at the start of this turn until the end.
Actually, okay, this makes perfect sense, actually. Negate the effects of all cards activated this turn. And if you do, return them to the state they were at the start of this turn. Okay, so the effect was activated 2 turns ago, right? So it has nothing to do with this now. Okay, actually it makes perfect sense. It sounds like such a dumb thing, but it makes perfect sense. Yeah, the effect was activated and resolved 2 turns ago. Yeah.
End phase. Literally, since this effect wasn't activated on this turn, it's a lingering effect that happened 2 turns ago. It is completely immune to Tachyon Dragon's effect. That is actually a great play by Kite. Very clever.
Yeah, I obviously Kite, like, well played by him, right? But like, shouldn't Mizar know like what his own card does? Shouldn't Mizar know what his own card does? Like, it shouldn't be a surprise, right? If you know that. Funny thing is, actually, it will actually work like that. It is a Cosmic Blazer Dragon banishing itself until the end phase for the cost. It was activated before. Yeah, of course. It works like that. It makes perfect sense. Now that I read the card, it makes sense.
And so, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon attacks Neo Galaxy Eyes.
Number 62 didn't exist before.
Since Prime Photon was removed from the field with 2 units, the other effect that activated 2 turns ago resolves. Its attack is doubled. Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon destroys Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, dropping Mizar's life points to 0. Kite wins the duel. The question becomes, could Mizar have ever won this duel? No, because well, for one thing, he doesn't have a very varied extra deck. This is all the extra deck monsters that he has. Unfortunately for him, remember when he returned that Baryon card that I said was really broken at the start of the duel?
It is.
Well, he could have just used that again and got a second broken Chaos Xyz on the field. But he doesn't have any more, so he could never use it again. It was just dead in his hand after this. He needed a second Chaos Xyz monster, basically. And of course, with a lack of variety in his extra deck, just in general, there's little else for alternative plays for him. Kite as well, I could say the same for. He does have a bigger extra deck, don't get me wrong, but he needs a bit more variety in there for what essentially is, he kind of played the best duel he could with the cards he had, and the options he had were mainly the options he had. He didn't really give any other diverging paths. So my final opinion, I do think Kite was the superior Galaxy Eyes user, even though he dies after this duel and then announces that Mizar is the true Galaxy wielder. I think if Kite would have gone on to...
No. I'm talking about the effect of the 3-headed guy. This is the effect of the guy with 3 heads, right? That's what he plays. That's what Mizar plays, right? Tachyon. That was his own card. That's what I meant. The effect that okay, sorry, this effect. You can detach one material, negate the effects, also negate the effects of all cards activated this turn. I'm talking about this. This is the effect of like the Neo Tachyon, right? Is it not? Go over some of the events that happens after this. Number 100 awakens from his slumber, and because of this, of his soothing, too heavily damaged, Kite dies for real. Oh, he actually dies. Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, he wouldn't know it would work with Photon Dragon. Oh wait, I mean, we saw the effect being activated before, so I guess that's what I'm talking about. The effect that it has to be. No, yeah, you're right. I guess I need to see like the script, like the actual script. What did he say in order to know, like, because he gets surprised, right? But this shouldn't be a surprise. But I guess the effect of like Photon Dragon will be a surprise. I guess that's true.
Galaxy Eyes deck for a whole month. Well, I did it on masterduel.
Oh my god,
some shock twists in there. I'm not gonna lie. Or if you'd rather just watch this video right here, you're more than welcome. Guys, thank you all for watching. Catch you later.
Alright, cool video. The true rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck Master Duels? Deck Master Duels. I will have to watch it again. Okay, but yeah, that was a really cool match. Thank you so much for showing us that. Honestly, I kinda want to watch it now. I don't know if I can watch the whole thing. Maybe I should watch just the duels or just the episodes that you recommend, and we can watch them in the Discord. Yeah. Maybe that we can do that. Maybe you can tell me the best, or maybe we can rewatch this. Now that we watched this, we already had the explanation. We can watch those duels, like properly play those episodes. I assume that those don't take more than 3 episodes, so we can watch it as if it's a movie night, right? It will take like an hour probably, and we will get a lot of like out of context like things happening at the time. Like we can do that. I think that will be fun. Don't worry, Cat. This is archived. It will be there, and it will also be its own video later. So don't worry about it. This was indeed a beatstick duel with lawyer game outcome. Very cool duel. Yeah. I love that. They're just like summoning like big numbers, but there is also a lot of like lawyer things involved. Yeah, really cool. Thank you so much for recommending this, and thank you TGS Anime for the video. Yeah. Chat, I am gonna get a coffee really quick. I'm sorry that I am the coffee guy for you, but I really need it. So if you excuse me, I'm gonna get like an ad break really quick, and we're gonna come back. Okay. Okay, hold on, let me read this before I go. I mean, if you played a spell card and then without knowing, Dawn 1000 activates a quick place a spell on your turn, which what are we changes the spell card you are using into another one? You play a spell and then without knowing Dawn 1000 activates a quick spell. You what? Dawn 1000 was wasted in the anime? Dude, I'm Blind 1000, which at that point could really change the cards he played. I'm missing too much context. I'm sorry. Can you? I'm missing too much context. I really need to read the cards, see them in action, and then remember that, because right now it's like it's not, my brain is not braining for this. But I appreciate the intent. I'll be back really quick. Okay, coffee. Coffee. Oh, we could watch the funny RB duels. Action cards are so lame. Okay, I kinda want to watch that, like first the anime and then we watch the explanation by what was it? TGS. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Wait. What other video do we have to watch now?